Hey everyone, how you all doing? Good to see you. So we're 318 days into Trump's presidency. 318 and numbers comes to like a thief in the night. 200, Mount Rushmore 200, Westminster Abbey 200, plus 118, the storm, plus 118, the awakening, plus 118, the matrix. Things are going to change, and they'll change quickly. They will change quickly, folks. We're just waiting for that trigger point when it happens. So, hey all, good to see you all. Good to see you all. New viewers, A is 1, B is 2, C is 3. And I wanted to title today's show Sunshine and Being Grateful. And I felt grateful today. I feel grateful most times, that's kind of my natural disposition, but I felt particularly grateful today. It was sunny. I mean, it's getting dark still quite quickly, but it was sunny, which was beautiful, considering we're in December. And it's lovely when you get those beautiful sunny wintry moments. And I'm just looking at an actual full moon up here. So I'm going to turn the camera for a second and you'll see it. There you go. Right ahead. If you zoom in, you'll see the full moon, which is beautiful. It's big. It's low in the sky, but it's big, and it will be big later tonight. So last night, I think it was last night, I saw, or either the night before, I saw a big kind of ring around the moon, which you get sometimes when it's kind of cold, but maybe that's a firmament thing, maybe it's a firmament thing. Waters above, waters below. So yes, but we're Thursday, December 4th. 4th is 88 Trump. Remember, A is 1, B is 2, C is 3, the order of the alphabet. And December is 55 Melania, so 143 Melania Trump, 143 December 4th. It's also Paul Bushnell, my cousin, the Tesseract, the president. Yeah, the ring of the moon. It's a great thing, isn't it? Ring is 48 Tom. 48 Brave. There you go. So anyway, I wanted to give thanks and express thanks and gratitude for the good things of this realm that we experience. Yesterday was darker, wetter, all of that stuff, but today is actually beautiful. So I'm grateful for those changes in the seasons. I'm grateful for the changes in the micro seasons, So, hey Syrian, nice to see you. So, yeah. And sunshine. Sun is 54, which is love, which is orbs, which is scalar, as in my my halo, my frequency, my device. So there, yeah. Just wanted to express that. We got 55 in the chat right now. Maybe we're being a bit squashed, but we'll probably keep going. 55 is December, 55. 56 now is light healing. Good. I'm glad that you're all experiencing the sun. The sun is shining in Michigan. That's fantastic. That's great. That's really cool. Yeah. A bit of sunshine goes a long way, doesn't it? It definitely does. A snowstorm in Ontario. Yeah, the moon was beautiful last night, and it will even be bigger tonight. This looks like full totality to me. Yeah, it does. It's full, and it's big. It's almost slightly like a tangerine. It's like kind of slightly bigger. It looks slightly bigger on the sides, but that might just be an optical illusion just because it's so big. That's it. Only 3 days till December 7th. Oh, thank you, Mariana. Snow in Colorado. What part of, you might have said before, Brandy, what part of Colorado? Yeah, you're near God and the Gods, aren't you? I think we've spoken about that before. Yeah. And also, people have asked, and people have been doing bookings on this. So I've said before, but I brought it up again recently because this week I'm doing one-on-one Zooms. So if people want to do a one-on-one paid Zoom with me, it's a numerology consultation. It's Tom Numbers giving you the best on your personal numbers. Anything that you want to ask and delve into, we'll do. I put out the price list last April. There's a video on that, but I'll just refresh you on it so you've got it. But also, I'm doing a 20% discount on for Black Friday right now. So anybody that books before the end of tomorrow, which is Friday, will get another 20% off. So, like I said before, it's an energetic exchange. It actually takes more out of my being to do it than when I do a live video, because I'm focused fully on you, giving you the best I can. And the magic happens. You've seen some of the live shows I do with famous people, and the magic always bounces off. The same thing when I do the reads with yourself. So for 30 minutes, it's 555 in pounds. If you want to do 60 minutes, an hour, it's 888, and if you want to do 90 minutes, it's 1111. And that'll be in people's price range. Some people it won't. There's only a few that I can accept. But if you book, like I said, before tomorrow evening, Friday, then you get another 20% discount off right now for Black Friday. So it will be 444 in pounds for 30 minutes. For 60 minutes, it will be 666. Some 666s are good. And if you do 90 minutes, it will be 888. So you're getting a big chunk off with the discount, and that's what it is. So anyway, that will just let you know. So if that's something you want to do and that's in your range, then just send me an email and we'll book it for you. I do have one booking left later this evening, and then I have one again tomorrow in the evening, and then one in the evening and one possibly in the afternoon on Saturday. So those will be UK times, but we can adjust for if you're in the US or Australia or wherever you are. So, but the way to book it is the email is below in the description, but it's welcome.to.psych.club@gmail.com. So that's the way to do it. All right. So that will make it clear for anybody. If that's within your remit, then get in touch and we'll have a fantastic session together. And if you want to, we can record it, and I'll give you it as a private video session that you can refer back to. So you can make notes, record it yourself if you want, but I can send you a recording of it. So that's an extra that you can get, which will be included. So anyway, so there you go. The moon is getting brighter now. It's getting more moonish. It's still it's spherical. It's perfectly spherical, but it looks slightly squashed from the top. So from the north and the south, it looks tight. It looks kind of slightly wider on the equator, if that makes sense. So I'll show you what I mean. You can zoom in on it. There you go. There you go. Yeah, full moon. So full moon, full is 51, which is Jasara, Ledger, and then moon is 57, human, magician, England. But you add them together as 108, which comes to Twilight. I watched the Twilight films. They showed all 5 over the last month, and I really enjoyed them actually. And the last one was really quite impactful. But President Trump referred to Twilight just a few days ago, and I've been talking on and off about Twilight because I've been watching the films. It's interesting how he referred to them. There's also something else which is exciting. I've seen versions of this before. I say versions of it, I've heard about it before, but I'm not sure of the exact date, but it looks like it's a new one. President Trump was talking about end of income tax. And he basically said, you'll pay no income tax. And then he said, if you want to pay a reduced amount or a lot lower than what it is, or if it's just something you want to do. And then he says at the end, you'll pay no income tax. So it's beautiful how he does these Trumpisms, how he speaks in code, how he tells the truth, and then he adds all these other extra pieces to it. So he says, you'll pay no income tax. Then he says, it will be greatly reduced, a lot less than you're paying. Also with that, he says, or if it's something you just want to do, And then he says, and you'll pay no income tax. So basically he's saying there will still be people that want to pay income tax, and if they want to, I guess they could, but he's saying you won't have to pay income tax. So that's coming, folks. That's the beauty of this is coming. And just as I'm telling you, this is 88 in the chat, and there's 33 thumbs up, which is 121, which is Golden Jubilee. You see the Trump, and now 93, which is Bushnell. So I just said what I've said, and it's just confirmed it. So there you go, folks. That's how it is, which is great. Nasara is we've already seen pieces of it, but it's about to get fully revealed, fully disclosed. But that was beautiful from President Trump. You won't pay income tax. He says, maybe, you know, if you want to, there's a little bit you can, a lot less reduced, a lot less than you're paying. And then he says, and you won't pay it. So you can pick you can pick it. You can say, right, I'm not paying any. And if you want to pay it, people can, but it'll be a lot less. So that's beautiful. So he's basically saying it will be abolished. But because some people still kind of feel attached to doing things like that, they can. You know what? When I saw that, I thought of this afternoon, and this made me think about. So this is how clever it is. Okay. So when I was a young, I mean, I'm young, but when I was a young kid, I used to be inventive and used to figure out ways to, you know, earn pocket money and things like that. But then my first job. So here in England, you have something called a national insurance number, which I guess is like your social security number, and you get that when you're 16. And because of the way the system has been set up, I remember getting that and thinking, oh, that would be amazing, because then I'm like official and I can earn and pay taxes. And I remember the kind of pride of a young kid, thinking that was great. But then as you go through life, you realize they've just hoodwinked you. So even back then, I remember that feeling of, and the thing is, I guess it's probably, well, I know them. I experience them. There are people that take great pride in doing things like that, paying taxes. President Trump has said, you won't be paying taxes. And so that's going to be a global thing. That will be in America, but it'll be a global thing. Look at states like, you know, the UAE, they don't pay taxes, and then they're super affluent. So there's a clue to that, folks. And there's been a name that's gone around for ages in the community, but it says if they can print money out of thin air, which they do through the mandate mechanism, the Federal Reserve, then why do they charge you taxes? It's not even about money, it's about control, it's about energy harvesting. When you drill into it, that's what it's about, folks, you see. I remember my first official job. So prior to getting your national insurance number, they would give you a work permit, which kind of got you into the working system for as a young person. So I was 15 and I had my first job. So what I would do is I'd be at school, and then 2 hours after school I'd go and work in a supermarket called Gateway. It used to be called Summerfield, but then it changed to Gateway. And I think I was on something like £1.50 an hour. So I'd get £13.50 a week, if I remember correctly. And I'd work, what would it have been? It would have been 8 hours? Maybe it was 4 days a week, something like that. Because you couldn't do that many because of the age. But I remember something in my head that tells me I was on about £1.50, but then about £3, £13.50 a week I'd take home, something like that. And I can't remember if they deducted tax from me then or not. They might have done. They might well have done. But I remember this like work card. It was like this kind of blue, kind of, or was that the pay packet? You get a pay. They'd pay you in cash. I remember they'd pay you in cash. It was like an actual packet. So they'd wrap it up, pay it in cash. Yeah. But that's funny, I hadn't thought about that until President Trump. I hadn't thought that for ages, but when President Trump talked about the whole thing of taxes. But it's just clever how they set the system up. You see, you're born into the system, you're born into this reality, everybody kind of buys into it. I mean, I was always, as a kid, always asking questions, always fighting against the system. But I do remember for a period of time taking great pride. Like I was an official person, I could earn money. I remember the first office job I had. the first proper office job I had, and I felt quite excited by that because I was earning a lot more. I was working at Herbalife in Slough on the Mars estate, and I was saving up to be a missionary in Scotland, and I was able to earn good money with that, and I'd do all the extra hours I could, and but I did figure out quite quickly that it was all nonsense. But you have to go through these stages. You have to go through the experience of being part of the system, paying your taxes as a little kid, as a little teenager, having an office job. I did that for a period of time. It was great. Then I realized, hang on, I don't want to be doing office jobs again. So I didn't. I mean, there was occasional times I did a little later, but not for long. So I've always had that kind of entrepreneurial spirit, and always resonated. Way before I realized who President Trump was, I always liked his phrase about, if you're going to think big, if you're going to think, why not think big, you know? Hey, Stephen. We got 125 in the chat, which is dark to light, time travel, the numbers. 45 is effect, 45th president. So, yeah. But to hear President Trump say again about no taxes, I shared that with my sister actually, because she says she likes Trump. She's not like fully into him like I am, but she says she likes Trump. She likes Trump, and then I told her about the taxes, and she was like, "Oh, that's good." That was a few weeks ago, a month or two ago, and then when I sent her the video today, she gave a thumbs up when President Trump's saying no taxes. You know, when you really get clear about it, you realize that the government's 133 in numbers, simulation 133. That's what it is. It's been the simulation, and it's been harvesting people's energy, like it describes in the Matrix, you know. That's what it describes in the Matrix. And we're shown these things, and it takes time for it to distill and kind of for the penny to drop, for us to wake up fully to that. It's like this thing of the firmament. So that will be a continual reveal and a continual journey, but the thought of us perhaps being under a dome, I've accepted that possibility for a while. And then recently, in the last few weeks or so, and again this week, about the possibility that we're underwater. And that somehow resonates. I don't know what's beyond the firmament. There's something beyond it. And that's the thing with the flat earthers, they get stuck when you ask them, well, what's beyond it? But water above, water below. As above, so below. I mean, there's waters under the earth, there's waters on the earth, which, you know, the seas and the rivers and the lakes, but then waters above. So these things are really interesting, and they become, all these pieces of the puzzle start to make more sense as we go through it, you know. Well, maybe it is, Suzanne, yeah. Maybe it is. But, you know, I guess there's a lot of space in between. But it's when you see that rocket, the Elon rocket. My friend Chad sent that to me before COVID. So he lives in Arizona. And then that famous one of Elon doing the rocket a few years ago, before COVID, he recorded that on his own phone in Arizona. And it was supposed to be happening 400 or 500 miles away over in California. So if that had been on a curve, you would have thought you wouldn't be able to see it. Maybe there's, you know, gravitational lensing, curving. But all I say with it is you look out and it looks pretty flat. It could be huge. It could be all number of things. But this thing about waters above, and I've seen it a couple of times in the last few weeks, and it's like kind of something about it rings quite true. So something about it rings quite true. And I guess in time we'll learn more, you know, we'll learn more. But some things just kind of, you only need to hear them or experience them for a nanosecond, and something about them lands. And I'd say this one, something about this one kind of lands. So anyway, what do you think, folks? Put your thoughts down. Yeah, something about that lands. Yeah. But the waters are calm. It's fresh out there. It's not as cold as it was last week when it was bright. and I hope we get another bright day again soon. They're kind of few and far between. It's almost like doable. If you get a nice bright sunshine day at least once a week at this time of year, you can kind of subsist. Hopefully we get another one soon. I'm not sure when the next one will be, but today was one, and I'm grateful for that. So yeah. Anyway, so there we go, folks. There we go. Grateful. Thank you is 115 in numbers. Intelligence is 115 in numbers. Art of the deal is 115 in numbers. A trump card is 115 in numbers. It's always good to have a grateful disposition. It attracts good things into our lives. Bless you. Thank you, Carol. I'm grateful for you as well. I'm grateful for all of you. I'm grateful for your continued support and loyalty, and grateful. Yeah, grateful. It's good to be grateful. It's good to have a smile on our face, and good to... Something's coming, folks. Something's coming. And yeah, something's coming. Something is happening. We're experiencing it. We're experiencing the flow. We're experiencing the upward current. We're experiencing the rising. We're experiencing the ascension. And but something wonderful is coming. This whole thing of President Trump celebrating Christmas again, telling everyone that we're celebrating Christmas. He did that a few years ago, but that seems to be doing the rounds again. Bless you, Karen. Thank you. I'm grateful for you as well. And it's a good, yeah, just today I felt grateful. Smiley, grateful. I was smiley yesterday with all the absurdities, but today just feeling grateful. Grateful, yeah. Flow equals light, yeah. Light is 56. Healing is 56. Nolan, the great film director, is 56. Not in age, although he might be close to that. I think he's a little older. But 56, Nolan. Yeah. We're real, authentic. Mission, purpose, answering the calling. We answer the call. Phone is 58, XRP 58. Ivanka 58. Neo enters in and out of the matrix through the phone, and I met Ivanka 58. Phone. ET, phone, home. Home is 41, which is TSB, my initials. 41 is USA, which a lot of you are from. 41 is good. 41 is coin. 41 is also some fun naughty words, which I've said before, but I'll let you figure that one out today. Gratitude frequency is high as love, yeah. Gratitude, love, authenticity, loyalty. These are really high frequencies in this realm, in our realm, in the universe, in other realms. They're proof of how life can be. And so when we focus on those, we get more of those. So, yeah. 148 in the chat, which is Donald J. Trump, which is simple gematria. Cool. Anyway, folks, thanks for tuning in. I will see you tomorrow. And yeah, I look forward to hearing from those of you that book a session with me. We'll have a fantastic time. And I look forward to seeing the rest of you on the show tomorrow. So, all right, folks, take care. Much love. God bless you. See you later. Take care.